Welcome to The Explainer. You ever feel like your brain isn't just following a straight line from A to B? Like it's seeing this massive interconnected web of everything all at once? Well, today we're going to dive right into what that's all about. And this quote, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The idea that for a lot of us, our own mind can feel less like a superpower and more like a cage. It's just constantly running, analyzing, connecting every little thing. So if that feeling of being kind of trapped by your own thoughts sounds familiar, you are in the right place. But here's the thing. This isn't about some kind of flaw. It's really about recognizing that some minds are just wired differently. They process the world through a much more complex operating system. It's not about thinking more, it's about thinking in multiple dimensions, all at the same time.
So we're going to give this a name, Multidimensional Metacognition. I know, sounds a little academic, but all it really means is that your mind can see reality in all these different layers. You're not just seeing what happens, you're instinctively analyzing the entire chain of whys that made it happen in the first place.
This really breaks it down perfectly. A linear thinker, they see the event. The project failed, end of story. But a layered thinker, oh no. They're instinctively seeing the whole system behind that event. They see the miscommunication from 2 weeks ago, the budget cuts that happened last quarter, that subtle shift in the market. It's like they see the architectural blueprint of the problem, not just the collapsed building.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to walk through 8 specific scan results. Think of them like distinct psychological layers that really define this way of thinking. As we go, see if any of these feel like a snapshot of your own mind.
All right, first up, this one is all about seeing the invisible threads that tie everything together. We're calling this pattern recognition overdrive. This is when your brain is basically a natural detective, 24/7. It's just instinctively linking ideas and events that seem totally unrelated to other people. You might see a trend in the stock market that reminds you of a pattern in a history book you read, and boom, your brain connects them. It's happening constantly, almost on autopilot. Okay, on to the second result. This one gets into that relentless need to go deeper.
The recursive why analysis. This is for anyone who doesn't just ask why once. You ask why, you get an answer, and then your immediate next question is, okay, but why that? It really is like peeling an onion. Why'd the policy fail? Low adoption. Why was there low adoption? Poor marketing. Why was the marketing poor? You just keep digging and digging, layer after layer, until you hit the absolute core of the issue.
Let's look at the third layer. This one is all about looking forward and mapping out what's next. This is like having a supercomputer in your head that's just constantly running simulations of the future. For any given action, you're not just thinking about the immediate result. You're mapping out the second, third, even fourth order consequences, all the branching paths and potential outcomes. It's like you're playing chess with reality, and you're always thinking several moves ahead. The fourth scan result takes us out of pure logic and into the emotional world. This is about what people aren't saying. This is all about perceiving and analyzing the emotional subtext in a room. You're not just hearing the words coming out of someone's mouth. You're picking up on their hesitation, the subtle shift in their body language, their real motivations, all that unspoken intention that's simmering just below the surface of the conversation. It's like you're reading emotional data.
Scan result number 5. This one is about perspective, and specifically what your default zoom level is.
So this is that tendency to automatically zoom out and see the big picture. When you're faced with a problem, your first instinct isn't to just patch the immediate symptom. Nope, it's to understand how that one little piece fits into the larger system, whether that system is a company, a family, or an entire society.
Now for the 6th layer. This one is about taking things apart to really understand how they work.
This is the mental habit of just disassembling everything. You don't take an argument or a belief or some social rule at face value. You mentally take it apart, piece by piece, to see what it's really made of. You're looking for the core components, the hidden assumptions, the logical foundations, or lack thereof.
Okay, let's move on to number 7. This is a really powerful form of self-awareness. This goes way beyond just knowing that you have biases. This is the active, real-time process of analyzing how your own thinking might be getting skewed. You're essentially fact-checking your own brain as it's working, constantly questioning if your initial reaction is the right one.
And finally, we've arrived at the 8th psychological layer. This is where everything else comes together.
This layer is all about creation,
After you've seen all the patterns, taken apart the ideas, and analyzed the systems, this is the ability to synthesize all of that information into something new. A big, overarching theory or a fundamental principle that explains how it all works. You're not just observing reality, you're building your own models up.
So let's do a quick recap. We've got these 8 psychological layers, right? From that constant pattern recognition overdrive all the way to building brand new theories about the world from all the data you've gathered.
Now here's the really cool part, finding your own unique frequency. Because nobody is just one of these things. It's always a unique blend. So looking at this list, which of these patterns really jumped out at you? Are you maybe a strong 1 and 3? Or is it more of a 5 and an 8 combo? This is all about understanding your own personal cognitive signature.
And this is the main thing I want you to walk away with. If you saw yourself in these patterns, you're not an overthinker, not in a bad way. You're a deep processor. Your mind isn't broken, not at all. It's just running a different and way more complex operating system. And you know what? That's a powerful, even brilliant way to see the world, even if it feels like a challenge sometimes.